On Naked Afraid of Love, there's 8 guys and 8 girls, and we're all trying to date.
Yeah.
No, so not only bring it to the first point. Okay. We're naked, right?
Yeah.
So it's very vulnerable for a lot of people.
It is.
When I started modeling in DC with Ron,
all right,
I transitioned to doing implied shoots and getting comfortable. The first point.
And that's it. That's it.
That's what it was for us, right? So on Naked Afraid of Love, there's 8 guys and 8 girls, and we're all trying to date.
Yeah.
No, so not only bring it to the first point. Okay. We're naked, right?
Yeah.
So it's very vulnerable for a lot of people.
It is.
When I started modeling in DC with Ron,
all right,
I transitioned to doing implied shoots and getting comfortable being naked and realizing that this is very tasteful. This is something that's very artistic. Right. This is very creative. It's an expression. It doesn't have to be a real sexualized thing. A lot of people make it that. So I thought not only me being naked, but then me trying to date in this environment that and in the Philippines, and then on top of that, it's on national television, so you know your family,
exactly,
the whole world's watching you. Yeah. And so you're in your head trying to be authentic to yourself, while also just you're thinking in your head, all right, you can get some clout from this, but I had a very delusionally optimistic view on love at that point in time. Okay. Very delusionally optimistic. So I thought I was going to find something, and I was at a point in my life where I thought that was something that could happen. But, I fell into something, and then, cheating on me after the show, but it really changed my perspective when it came to love, and I learned a lot about love and myself, and it was one of the greatest experiences. The show on entertainment value, it was probably like best experience for me, but like a D-, D+. And I mean that as in the experience for me. I'm so grateful. Out of millions of people, I got chosen for that. Right. I got chosen. Yeah. Right. And
so let's talk about that for a second. So what is that experience? And again, I want to give you all this. You're gonna fly me out to L.A. and I was like, so how did Jungle J protect yourself to say, oh, okay, I'm gonna go with this?
Don't protect yourself. You just go in blind. Okay. You go in blind, and like I said, I have a very delusional optimistic view on the world and people in general, and I think majority, 99% of the world is good. There's that 1% that we focus on, and that's what a lot of times is shed on light with a lot of things. And I believe in people. I believe in truth, energy, and virtue, and that's what I let come out. But I got that message, and I said, all right, got on a call with her, and I was like, okay, this might be something real. She was a low-key producer, had 2,000 followers or something. She's like, now we need you. We talked for an hour and a half. We're like, this is something. And next thing you know, the next time we talked, I was in a Zoom call with like 20 different people. No one was there. It was just names, and the producer was there. It was being recorded, and I was like, damn, it's time. Let's get it going. It's time to put the lights on me. We're ready. Right. We're ready. We're hot ready. And I said, and then did that for like 2 hours. They kind of interviewed me about my relationships and dating life and what would this scenario be like, and then I didn't hear back from them for another 2 or 3 weeks. Next thing you know, boom, they said, you're about to be on Naked Afraid of Love. And I literally started bawling, crying, because I said to myself, I got fired I worked in corporate America, right? And I worked at New Day USA, refinancing homes for mortgages, and I realized that job, working 12 hours a day, sitting in a cubicle, and just trying to get these veterans to get home loans, I said to myself, is this what I'm supposed to do? Right. Is this it? And I got fired because I failed the mortgage license test twice. Which is, I don't want to segment it with different stories, but pretty much there was there's a university program that we went in, and I walked into the room and I almost started crying because I realized, if you say you're the smartest in the room, you're probably in the wrong room. Right. I was probably in the best room possible. So I failed the mortgage license test, but I said someone's gonna know me out of this. Right. I made a commercial for the show for the mortgage company, and then ended up failing the test. They brought me back for a job. Okay. But I bring all this up to say that moment of me getting fired the second time, I remember having my box of all my, it was like a movie. I had my box of all my stuff that I got fired in. I was like, my energy's gonna be reciprocated somehow. I don't know what it is. I'm doing J&J content. I wasn't modeling at this point. I said, I'm gonna be reciprocated. Next thing you know, I try to get in my car. My phone falls in my pocket. It breaks. Might as well get fired. 2 months later, I got that contract with Ron because my cousin invited me to Runway, and I did the same thing with this producer. I said, I'm gonna show up. I'm a yes. I'm a yes man. When I say yes to things that give me opportunity, as well as also serve my past, present, and future.
Okay.
So I said, all right, I'm just gonna do this runway, see what happens. Then Ron happened, then on social media, and then Naked and Afraid. So yeah, I thought it was a scam, but I said, you know what? What's it gonna hurt?
Yeah.
What is it gonna hurt?
Yeah.
Take a chance.
Because we have to. There was something that she said. He says, you have to let fear. You have to let fear and survival be your teacher. You can let life experience and your truth of what you believe in become your reality.
Remember that?
That's really deep in it. Just, things like this you can go back and look at, and you can say, you know what, everything that I've been through, all the fears, everything. And I'm always thinking that everything you can go back and look at, and you can say, you know what, everything that I've been through, all the fears, everything. And I'm always thinking that everything that we go through teaches us for the next step. We have to go through things, because how, our door is going to be opened up for us if we're not prepared for that door to be opened up and prepared for that next step. So when I hear things like that and read things like that and feel things like that, I know that, okay, you got to have some type of fear. If you walk into things and never are fearful about it, you're not prepared.
No.
You're not prepared. You have to have something that...
You know what this is?
We would love to hear from you. But I just read a model that Jungle J wrote. He says, if you have to let fear and survival be your teacher, you have to let fear and survival be your teacher. You can let life experience and your truth of what you believe in become your reality. So what was that for you?
I'm at a point in my life where I can understand I create my reality. And I create my environment, regardless of how scared I am within the situation. It's not about, you're gonna be scared.
Yeah.
There's no such thing for me as being fearless. It's about going into that fear and overcoming it and understand that's where courage comes from. Mike Tyson used to cry before his fights. He used to cry. And then he mentioned how he would walk each step closer to the ring. And when he got in the ring, he was God.
Yeah.
No one can tell him nothing.
Right.
And that's what it is. I'm scared of most things. People think because I can do dance videos in the middle of medians and be on national television naked and modeling naked and being at a topless adult only resort, that was a whole another story, but those family podcasts, but they think I'm scared going into all those things.
Right.
But I understand that that's what's all those fear-based emotions are the things that you should go after.
Right.
And each time you try to go after things that are comfortable and you try to have contentment, it's not going to lead you to where you need to go.
Right.
And so for me, it's just, I create my own reality, and I create my environment, and I'm running after fear. And that's what I meant by that.
So one thing I want to add, that somehow, some way I can use it. Of course, it always hurts, but so many times I will build off the negative and think, okay, you don't like me? All right, and you called me this and you called me that and everything. Yeah. Let me write a book about that. Let me write a story about that. So I don't mind those negatives because the fact that somehow, some way I can use it. Of course, it always hurts, but if you weren't human, then it wouldn't be hurt. It wouldn't be our reality. But you chose to intentionally live homeless. What does that mean to people? And when I say intentionally living homeless, you're not just living homeless, say, here in Maryland. You are all over, I have to say, the world.
That's what I'm about to say.
You are all over the world. So what does that mean? And how did it happen? Why did it happen? And because I know your motto is changing the world one person at a time. How did you think this was going to change one person at a time, changing the world one person at a time. So first off, Jungle J, why?
I want to say, to add on to the negatives, is Drake said if you work for the negatives, it makes for better pictures. That's the number one. But that's my motto of a lot of things. Like, I was working in Alaska for about 4 months on a cruise ship with National Geographic, and I had the opportunity. I had a decent amount of money saved up, but and nothing against them. It was a definite eclectic group of people, but I realized there was just a lot of people okay with being okay, and that's okay with being okay, but I'm not okay with being okay.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with living an average or normal existence. I said I could have gone back and got a house and a car and all these other things, but I said, this is my own self-inflicted rite of passage to have the opportunity to, I guess you could say, so I can have the opportunity to go all in on not only the Jungle Story, which is my personal brand, but have life experience and travel the world accordingly. And then also this 6-year journey that I've been on, making social media my life and not giving up on my dream, right? A lot of people say you have a son, and this might be a little explicit, but if someone had a gun to his head, what would you do? You do anything to protect that.
Yeah.
But guess what? If someone's got a gun to your dream, you'd be like, no, it's okay, blah, and you just let that go. I wasn't allowing myself to do that, and I realized that, and this may be very controversial for a lot of people, but a home is rooted in who you invest your time into. It's not a physical location, and that's what I had to learn. And not only that, is that I feel like having a house is a gateway drug to contentment and simplicity and comfortability, which a lot of people may disagree with me, but and then once you get a home, guess what? You got to get the car, then you got the wife, you got the kids, you got the insurance, and 80% of your life then is consumed of that reality.
Right. So this is where I feel a lot of people don't understand intentionally homeless, because they do see Jungle J living this life that you choose to live, that you choose to be free, you choose. So I think a lot of people don't understand the fact that this is something that you don't want to be confined to a box. You want to live freely. But then they look at it like, okay, he goes and works out. He might jump on a ship and go work for a couple of months.
Gig work.
Yeah, he could get work. He can take showers. You can eat. And then we have homeless people that are sitting in the same spot for, days. And they have the option, but they don't have the gumption like you do. So how do we define that? How do people understand that better? That, okay, what do you mean intentionally homeless when you do have the opportunity to have these things?
No, I think the whole point is living intentionally without the home. And you want to ask the question, are a lot of homeless people intentionally homeless? No?
I don't think so.
You don't think so? I don't know. I think there's a lot of times and places and situations that things do happen out of your control, whether you get addiction and things that I've seen being in the street. I'm in the street. I'm not for the streets. There's a difference. But the intentional part of it is that I live every day intentionally. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do psychedelics. I eat 3 to 4 times a day. I take cold showers. I work. And this is only the baseline for me to actually go all in, to have more time, money, and energy to go all in on the Jungle Story, which are my passions. Everyone thinks that the Jungle Story is all about being intentionally homeless, and that's the whole deal. No, it's so I can throw myself into the unknown, the unfamiliar, the unaware, the uncertain, so I can have more life experience. And for me, making social media my life, that's what was a part of it, so I can document it all. And I have a lot of different ideas when it comes to not only, like you do on this podcast, making people's stories be heard, because everyone's story has a message, which has a purpose, which I believe can change the world one person at a time. And also, I'm very passionate about the open relationship dynamics, and there's a lot of ideas that I'm taking action on that I want to do in the future. This is just the first foundational step. And you got to do something. If you keep doing the same thing that everyone else is doing, the masses are doing, you're going to get the same results. So I said, well, everyone's in Let me see the people that actually have a house. Oh, you're on a 30-year loan, and then
right.
and then you got a job that you got to take orders from someone for the rest of your life. You got a career, and then you got a wife, which she becomes your passion, and you need to take away your passion because then you got kids, and they become your passion.
Right.
And then your mental health, physical health goes out of the way, and then you're sitting there questioning, oh damn, where did my dreams go? Where did my business go? I'll wait. No, I'm not waiting. I don't live my life. I'm not living my life in reverse. I'm doing. Everyone lives their life. I got to get out of what we were talking about. Fear and survival, being their student and teachers. They got to get after the money. Then they get after the career, and then they try to figure out who they are, and then they take risks. No, you should be doing it the other way. You should be taking risks to figure out who you are, to get into the career of making work and who you are, combining that, and then you'll have the money.
So, and I think this is what people.
Unreal, and he said to me, he was like, yo, I chose this. This is what I did. I talked to a few kids. A kid, he got out of rehab. He had no teeth. He was on blue. It's called blue. It's like fentanyl pills. No teeth. And I said, why do you keep doing this to yourself? Well, he said, I went to rehab 3 times. I said, what happened? It's change only happens when it's you have the same behavior, but it's different actions that behind it, or different environment. He kept going to the same environment, and then the same behaviors kept happening. That's the only time when change happened.
Gotcha.
So I wouldn't say, and I wouldn't say that I'm hanging out in the homeless communities or I'm around have a homeless mindset. I have a blueprint that nobody else can see, and it's almost to the degree I'm setting unattainable, or not unattainable, almost unattainable, and unexplainable goals so I can have an unexplainable life. And it's hard for people to realize that and understand that. And when you get to a certain point where I'm at, you realize, good, I don't want you to understand. I don't want you to understand. Thank you.
And it may not be for you to understand.
They're not going to, because based off of their reality, their perception, they could never see themselves doing what I'm doing right now. And I'm like, that's exactly why. That's exactly why.
That's the point.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you there's so many different things that that.
That's the point.
Thank you.
Yeah. So there's so many different things that that I see that you do, and like the cold shower thing. Where again, you have so many questions. Why? What does that do for your mindset? What does it do for your body? What does it do for you to wake up every morning and to continue on? So where does that come from?
It's interesting.
That's a question after that, because the guy told me about the cold showers, and it made me understand better.
Okay.
So he said cold showers. I'm gonna turn the camera on. He said cold showers rejuvenates your body. It keeps you moving. It gives you energy. When you take hot showers, it relaxes your body, so it slows you down. So he said way that
but I had to. Your blood cells like this, right? When you take a cold shower, it goes like this. And what happens? Blood flows through you, and it gives your oxygen to all of your organs, which then gives you nutrients, which actually help you burn fat. And then that's why afterwards, there's like a 2-hour period where you actually feel almost a high for 2 hours. It's that, and it's also, if I can't take a 5-minute cold shower, and there's kids out here that don't got food and water, and there's people that don't got legs and can't hear and smell things. What is my tolerance for difficulty supposed to be like?
Now I got a new perspective about it.
It builds your tolerance. It builds your pain tolerance and your stress tolerance, and it makes you understand, if I can just make the choice to do what is hard, life's gonna be easy, and vice versa. If you do what life's easy, life's gonna be hard. That's how this works.
Yeah, and I thought about athletes too, because athletes take
those
ice baths.
They
take ice baths after a strenuous game.
Yeah.
So it's like, I thought about it in that perspective too. It's like it has to rejuvenate you somehow. With taking cold showers or cold baths or ice baths, it rejuvenates your body. Whereas though a hot shower more relaxes you more than anything. It's like when I come home, I take a hot shower, I'm relaxed. And then my wife be like, well, why you always come home and go to sleep? I think that's what it's for.
Right.
There's certain conversations that you miss out. Not even just cold showers, but working these not terrible jobs. I'm grateful that I work. I can work wherever. I can work wherever, whenever.
Right.
But it's very simple, monotonous work. But it's it's something that there's no impact in it, but it's something that those conversations that you have with yourself, whether it helps me gain perseverance, helps me handle different people in different environments, helps me understand sweat equity. Like people, like you want to talk about my age? Yeah, kids don't understand the sweat equity aspect of things. Like you gotta grind. This is not gonna happen. Right. You see all these people that are millionaires and making all this money. You think when I make it, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, Jungle Jay just got on Naked and oh, there's another show in the works too, by the way."
Yeah,
but yeah. Everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, he just got on the show and he just made it." No, I been doing this for 6 years.
Yeah. Putting in the work,
man, and I'm at 3,000 followers, but it's gonna reciprocate and being seen. People feel it.
Yeah.
But I have to believe in it when nobody else does. That's what faith is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Simple.
Listen, we're gonna take another quick break, ladies and gentlemen. This is something the other day that really impacted somebody, and I said, and it was something very simple, and I said, being myself is very powerful. And someone sent me a message and they were like, something that simple meant so much to me. Being yourself is so powerful. And I think that once we let down our guards and stop worrying about what people think and what they say and how they are going to scrutinize you, what do you believe? You know, what do you believe? You know, what is your true belief about yourself? You know, find that out. And there was something you even said, Jungle Jay, but you have to know your true self to find those things out. And what you are doing out in this world is a testament of finding who Jungle Jay is. There's something you said that, who is Jungle Jay? I am a walking... What did you say? I'm a walking contradiction.
You know it's on the back. You know it's on the back.
I got all your message. I got it all here. I'm a walking contradiction.
It's on the back.
See, we vibing. We vibing right here because I didn't even know he had it on his back. But he has it on his back. So I am a walking contradiction. What does that mean?
I say I'm a walking contradiction because I feel I'm a very simple but complex person. And I'm always in a very happy in dark places all the time, and I'm a very selfishly selfless person. And I feel I balance my achievements and things that are great that you hear about me, Naked and Afraid of Love, modeling professionally, working in Mexico for 2 years, Alaska, Europe. Those are the accomplishments, right?
Yeah.
But on the other end, what a lot of people think that they try to control other people's perception of them or my vulnerabilities that I put out there. Very authentically. Very. And people are like, why would you tell people that your dad wasn't there and that you had suicidal thoughts after you lost your scholarship and that you caught genital herpes and you really you almost had a kid and she had to let that go. And these things, why are you telling everyone this? Because I can't control how you view me.
Right.
I'm coming 10 toes down. You're seeing everything. These are my imperfections. Here you go. I'm not waiting 6 months for you to learn about who I am or what I'm about. I'm telling you right here. It might be a lot.
The story's already been being told.
They're gonna find out
your way.
Because that's the one thing that I will say that Dark preaches this every week.
That's my motto.
That's his motto. Tell your story. Don't let nobody else tell your story. You tell your own
or it will be told.
It will be told.
8 Mile?
Yeah.
Yes. It will be told. But it's going to be told in someone else's eyes.
8 Mile. When Eminem was going in?
Yes.
Last rap battle? What happened? Eminem came out. I am a white trash. I am a bum. And Wayne did get with my girl, but I'm still saying the free world.
Right.
He put it all out there, and then his story when it came to Papa Doc, he knew all of it. He had it loaded.
Right.
And a lot of people think it's bullets. People think it's bullets that you're giving other people. Now you're giving them bullets to shoot themselves.
Yes, right. Because I had a show where someone thought they were make it mine. So. You know, Jungle Jay, again, watching you are going to you're in a venture right now where you have a thing where you're going door to door and to live or give a positive message.
Door to positive door.
So how is that? First off, to me, because if somebody's coming to my door, Jungle Jay's coming to my door, ladies and gentlemen. He's coming in a romper. He's got on ski
like this.
Yeah. You knocking on my door and say, "Hi, I just want to leave a positive message with you." And of course, we get other neighbors that come and knock on our doors and are trying to sell things and do things. And so what makes people think that? First off, let me open up this door for this guy who is just in a romper, who probably got a suitcase with him.
My suitcase with me. I pull up like this, straight up, my backpack.
And you think, is he looking for a room? What is that?
You got this mistaken for a rental room?
Right, this ain't room and
Airbnb. Airbnb. You got the wrong house.
So
you got the wrong house.
What message are you trying to spread?
When I started modeling, right, I started wearing Gucci and all the nice suits and everything. And I realized this is no different. No, this is different. I'm wearing the same thing you could buy at the store. That you're buying credibility. Why don't I create my own? And this brings it to the positive message of me coming to the door with all my stuff. Because I'm not coming to the door with clipboard and suit and tie. I'm not here to sell you anything.
Right.
I'm a serviceman. I'm not a salesman. I'm literally coming to your door saying, I'm offering you a free podcast at your doorstep. And I'm offering you the opportunity to I'm going to do a documentary on your life. And then you can have the option to also co-author in the book, first volume, The Jungle Story, if we get there. You're like, oh, well, you can just choose anybody. No. There are clarifying questions that I have to understand who you are, because I'm not going to just interview anybody. But I have to get your attention. Especially if I'm coming to your door and I got all my bags and I got my hat. I got my hat. This is the real drip. This is jungle gear. But I got my romper and everything. And your guards are up, but I love that. It's one of those things. How can I do something that's going to challenge me? That's going to challenge me to learn more about myself.
How can you break?
How can I break that wall? Because I can do it in any other environment. I'm socially, but how can I do that when people's defenses are up? And then also have them believe in, not only understand what I'm saying, but believe in what I'm saying in a very short period of time.
Anybody call the cops on you?
Well, and it's technically almost gone, yes, but that was like day 3. That's a whole other conversation. But no. And so I only done 2 days of it because sometimes you have the right sunshine, the right soil, but you don't have the right water to water it. And there's just been a lot of different moves. And so I only done 2 days of it because sometimes you have the right sunshine, the right soil, but you don't have the right water to water it. And there's just been a lot of different moving pieces right now, no excuses, and that I have, and that's why a lot of this stuff is because I have my own mobile podcast.
Right.
I have everything I need, my mic.
And let's talk about that real quick.
Okay. Well, how's that?
And you have been robbed twice.
That's a story, yeah.
And there's the story there. So a lot of things. Do you think that some things are not meant to share, or do you? Because I know that your response to me is, but why not? So do you always think it's safe to share everything?
Well, context was story. One, it was 3 days before I was about to go on the Alaska trip, and I left my key in my locker. That got stolen. Okay. And then the second one was actually in the same place, and it was a year later, and I had a lock on it, and he picked it off. And then that's how, which is crazy because he stole only my laptop. That had, and I'm very transparent about this journey because I understand that maybe I should just keep things guarded and keep things to myself to a certain degree. But for me, that might be able to protect me a little bit more if I wasn't as transparent for how much stuff I have on me.
Yeah.
But it's almost how was Gandhi moving? Gandhi didn't have nothing. He had. But
he had followers.
He had
followers over him.
And so how am I supposed to keep? And maybe I am very delusional in this aspect of being so honest, because I feel it's going to reciprocate in my favor to create a community that actually believes in me. And maybe that doesn't correlate to why I'm being so open about me having all my stuff with me and what that really means. But I'm almost incapable at this point after I came to truth with the whole herpes incident. Like I have to be able to authentically express myself because I know it's going to reciprocate that right energy for me. And if it goes the wrong way, then I have to understand who I want in my environment. I'll tell one story and then I want to hear more what you said. I gave this guy, I was at a bus stop and I just got paid from the cruise ship and I got like $1,200 in my account. Dude pulls up, SUV, nice SUV. He's like, come here. Muslim dude. I come up to him. He's like, yo, I just need $200 for inshallah. And I'm like, I got my family in the back. I just saw his wife. And I said, what do you need $200? Why you come up to me at a bus stop? I don't have money. I got all my stuff with me. What are you talking about? He's like, yo, I got all my stuff stolen. All my stuff got stolen. My wallet, everything, my credit cards. And I said, all right, you got your family here. I said, all right, $200. I was like, why you come up to me? Like, why you asking me? He's like, yo, I thought your beard, you're Muslim. And I said, all right, I'll give you $200. Cool. And I tried to cash app him, and his credit card got declined. I said, okay, his stuff probably did get stolen. And I said, all right, let me put my stuff in the back. And I saw a baby in the back seat because I was like, okay, I take out cash. I was like, you give without expectation, and you let things, and it will reciprocate in your favor. You don't give with that expectation of anything in return, but you want to attract the right things in your life. So I saw the baby in the back, and I said, all right, he said, I have to get a hotel. So I ended up giving him $600, right? Wrap this back to everything that I have right now and why I'm so open and vulnerable. And he said he'll pay me back. He had 2 businesses. He showed me. Next thing you know, he gives me his chains and everything he has. He's like, this is my grandfather's. And I'm like, why you give me this? I said, why can't you sell this? He's like, oh, it's in my religion. So I'm like, oh, he's really dedicated to religion. He has a nice car. He has a shape up. His baby's in the back. This situation's so authentic. I go to and he drops me off. I go to the pawn shop. All of it's fake. I don't hear back from him for another week, and I hit him up and be like, yo, if you want your chains, it's cool. And I tell this story because there's a guy that he sees a snake in a fire, right? And the snake is getting burnt, and he tries to help the snake out, pulls it out, and he gets bit. You know what happens is he's still trying to help the snake. Helps it out, pulls it out, and he saves his life. A guy comes over and he's like, why did you help him out? What you got bit by the snake? He's like, because it's in the snake's nature to bite. It's not in my it's in my nature to still keep giving, to help. Who's gonna be authentic out here? Who's gonna be honest out here? Who's gonna be truthful out here on social media? Who's gonna be that person? Who? Can it be Jungle J? Yeah. It's gotta be. It's gotta be somebody. Please. How can we find something that's raw and tangible for someone to feel you 100% fully? Who's gonna do it? That's why. Because I regardless if there's snakes in the grass or someone's gonna steal my stuff, it ain't changing my nature of how I'm gonna give to this world.
I wanted to ask. So, do your house can catch on fire today or tomorrow? You lose all of the stuff.
Right.
So you got to rebuild anyway.
Right.
So it's like, should we be paying attention to this materialistic stuff, or should we not?
I think you need to break down what money means to you first, and I've broken it down fully, being intentionally homeless, and I've realized that money is a byproduct of what you produce. Money is a great defense to a lot of disadvantage, and there's a lot of it's great offense for a lot of things that give you opportunity.
Right.
But you know what? I've met a lot of broke people trying to oppress a lot of broke people. And you know what? On the flip side, you know what I've met? I've met a lot of people that they're so broke, all they got is money. And so if you break it down to say, oh, damn, maybe me posturing saying, oh, I work at a mortgage company, and me having all this bread, what does that mean? Or what does that car mean? What does all these things mean? No, life experience and the people you invest your time in are the only things that matter. Because I worked at a physical therapy clinic. Once I got out of school, graduated my communication degree, whatever that means. I'm grateful. I didn't mean to brush that off. It's just college is a whole another section. I started working in physical therapy because my boy Jordan, he just graduated being a doctor in physical therapy. And I worked with a lot of people above the age of 75, 65, 75. And you know what? You want to regret looks like? Every day I lost my scholarship, when I lost my scholarship, I saw them in their eyes. And I saw they not thinking about what car they had or what house they had or what girl they got with. They're thinking about who I invested my time in and what did I do to get to where I'm at to have the most impact in this world? Because in 100 years, nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to care.
Right. Whatever situation that you've been through, nothing like that, look around and
in 100 years, nobody's going to care.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to care.
Right. Whatever situation that you've been through, nothing like that, look around and see who's going to be there to support you, who's going to call you, who's going to back you up. You can't even find them.
I'm looking around like, what happened? Oh, it's not cool to hang out with Jungle J anymore.
Yeah.
I'm intentionally homeless.
Yeah.
I'm intentionally where'd everyone go?
Where are you at?
You want to see on social media? Whatever likes or followers, whatever views. It doesn't. I mean, support can be there or not. Nobody.
Yeah.
Bet. I got my brother. I got my mom. I got two of my best friends, and then a couple that I'm in a good dynamic with. That's it.
Yeah.
And you realize, damn. I thought in this journey, I thought I had a community.
Yeah.
I thought I was good.
Your circle.
I thought
Where's my circle?
Yeah, I had to GoFundMe, and I tried. I was like, okay, if people support me and they see my message, they know me, I'm good for it. Mm-hmm. And I'm happy no one donated to that.
Right.
Because it made me realize, oh, I gotta grind for this.
Yeah.
I don't get handouts.
Yeah.
My parents taught me, yo, you gotta. I had a full scholarship. They said, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not giving you $10.
No, that's right.
They don't care.
But
I got entitled because I was like, got a scholarship, and I was like, what? You know, I had my friends' parents telling me, your parents will give you $10 to go to Qdoba? I was like, nah. They're like, yo, I died for my kids to have this. My parents said, I don't care.
Yeah. Wow.
And so I think when it comes to materialistic things, it just depends on what your North Star is. Mm-hmm. If that's what gets you to A to Z, and that's what some people didn't have when they were younger, or everyone's definition of success is different. So I can't judge them for it, but I'm telling you, it's atheists. If you ain't serving people out here,
I did have this one question for y'all.
Okay.
Like that makes sense. I know why you're doing it, because nobody else is doing it.
No one else is doing
it. They
want
don't
to
do
do
it.
They're scared to do it.
So how did y'all become comfortable to live the way that y'all live? Because a lot of people ain't doing new photo shoots, they ain't doing no new runways, they ain't doing no new Naked and Afraid. They be like, yeah, okay.
You on national TV.
I don't care how much money you giving me.
Right.
I ain't doing it.
Yeah.
So how did y'all become this, as they say, free spirit? That's the word that they classify it as. I don't classify it as that. I just classify it as open to different things.
I would say this is going to sound depth. And what do you mean by that? Because whatever you believe in, God, or my beliefs, Taoism, or universe, your judgment day is going to come. And what's going to happen? Someone's sitting there like, James Sims? Oh, no. James Sims? No. Jungle J. This is what you were supposed to do. Mm-hmm. This is what you did. You worked at that mortgage company for the rest of your life. Mm. Oh, you could have impacted millions of people. Mm. You could have had a purpose that no one would understand, and you had to go through X, Y, and Z to go into the things that are uncomfortable, unfamiliar, uncertain, and almost unaware. Mm. And if you and you didn't do that. You stuck right there.
In the box.
And that's cool. And everybody's got their thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to impact millions of people with my voice, with my energy, with my mindset. I work on it every day.
Yeah.
Every day. I work on my personality. I meditate now. I cold showers. I don't drink. I don't smoke. None of that. Mm-hmm. So it's that. I've met people, a lot of people, that have gotten to a point in their life where they're like, damn, Jay, I'm working at the resort. A lot of big business owners, doctors, lawyers, engineers, because it's $400 a night to stay there. They're like, I'll switch with you in a minute. I said, what? I said, we're jealous of each other, right? Because we're jealous of envious because they got a direction, they got a path, they got it. They're good.
Right.
They're like, I got freedom, I got options. What do you have? What do you have when you get to a certain point?
Yeah.
You got freedom and options? No, because you didn't understand delayed gratification. You didn't sacrifice at the beginning. You thought you were just supposed to be with the woman in your dream, whatever. You just thought comfortability and you sitting at home eating tacos is gonna get you what you want. No, Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday.
When have you? I want to ask you a question. When have you? The moments in your life where you felt the most proud of yourself. When was that and why? Well, whatever time it was. Both of you.
I think the most proud that I've been of myself is actually writing my book and being able to have the freedom to express who I am, to express my flaws, to express my accomplishments, and not worry about judgment. That was
Or you did worry about it and you said, no, I don't care.
I'm not going to care about it. I'm not going to worry about it because judgment's going to come regardless. So that was one of my proudest moments. When a lot of people don't realize that when I adopted my children, I went through so much judgment. Why are you doing this? Why? These children have problems and they have issues and you're doing this by yourself. And I stepped away from a lot of people to say, okay, I cannot listen to X, Y, and Z over here in my ear.
Right.
I have to listen to what what my passion is, what my purpose is.
Right.
And when I really listened to my purpose, my passion, I became proud of myself that I could step away and not have to be a part, feeling like I had to be a part of this, to be somebody. I got to be over here in the crowd, and I got to go out, and I got to drink, and I got to smoke, and I got to do all this, where I was like, nah, my purpose and my passion is over here.
Right.
And when people saw my purpose and my passion, that's how I impacted people. So those have been my proudest moments, when I was able to freely be me and make decisions for me and not make them for other people or let other people impact my decisions. And I'm still growing at that. I don't have it down as science. I am still working on that. I am still growing.
So for me, one of my proudest moments of myself is, just continuing my dream, opening this radio station, because I done heard cut the umbilical cord so many times because it ain't doing what people expect it to do.
Yeah.
But for me, it's helped me. A lot of shows that I've encountered help me grow as a person. It helps, my mindset has changed, and a lot of things. My doing have changed.
Yeah.
So like I'm growing as these shows pour into me and I pour out to them. It's like it's a a back and forth switch of energy, as you said, reciprocation. So that part, and my kids, just to try to show my kids that you can overcome, because they, like I tell a lot of people, like my parents, my mom always stressed 9 to 5s. She was like, either you're going to work or you're going to go to college, either or, one of the two. But she never told me there was another option.
Yes,
options.
Yes.
Alternatives.
She never told me there was no, well, you can own your own business.
Yeah.
So like what I show my kids is, you can own your own business. You can be your own person. Yeah. You can be who you want to be. You don't have to be what society teaches you to be, which is working 9 to 5. Come home, you hate the job, but you're just going because you want to provide for your household.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I hate this job, but I'm just coming here every day. I gotta pay my bills.
Yeah.
And just showing them that, and have I battled with because I had a record label and it didn't go too well.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see you at the top.
Right.
Yeah.
But to finish with when it comes to you and you had your record label and you transition to understanding that this is your dream and passion.
Right.
And what that took to do this. When it came for you writing that book and what that meant. And what comes of that is a lot of what people believe is fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
But what you have to understand is there's no difference between fear and anxiety and excitement and adrenaline. They're the same thing. It's the way you look at it.
Right.
So it's that L that you took, that's good. Because guess what? Your kids are gonna go through a billion L's.
That's right.
And you got to show them, nah, dad took an L on that record label. Guess what? You might have took an L on the radio. Guess what? I've been 6 years trying to do the social media thing and L's after L's. Well, I can't say L's. I mean, there've been some solid L's. Solid L's. But how are you gonna rebound? It's gonna keep, and no one's gonna care. No one cares.
Yeah.
They're gonna see it. Your kids are gonna see it, and they're gonna be like, all right. It's not about what happens. It's how you react to what happens that makes you a man or woman.
Right.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Right. It's not. You're gonna take more, and they're gonna take more, and you're gonna be like, and it's almost you want to have them see you take L's.
That's right. That's right.
So because your kids in your situations, I mean, how many L's y'all been taking? You're like, this is bad. I'm coming back stronger. I'm coming back harder. I'm coming back meaner, and I'm coming back me. Right. And this is what made me rebound into who I'm gonna be. So
I had someone try to knock me down.
If I gave you $10 million, you weren't gonna wake up tomorrow. What would you do? Oh damn! Or your health is more than $10 million.
Yeah.
What does money mean? What does materialistic things mean?
Absolutely.
Ain't gonna do nothing for you tomorrow.
I mean,
what you gonna live it in that moment? You know, that's what a lot of us say. We gonna live it in the moment. Well, by 12 midnight, your time is up. So, but listen, ladies and gentlemen, we've got to have you back.
Me at Jungle J with the E at the end, and also the Jungle Story, where everyone's story has a message, has a purpose, and we're here to bring stories to reality, and we're going to do it by changing one person at a time. And I appreciate Derek and Jay for both of you having me on. I'm very grateful to even be in this situation and being able to even be sitting in this chair. It's just a lot of things in my life. I find myself have an attitude of gratitude, that's what they say, and it's just cool that people want to invest time in you, and you can do the same by vice versa and make an impact. It's bigger than yourself, regardless if it's one person, 10 people, no people. You find there'll be one person. That'll be there.
Definitely gonna be one.
There won't be one, and that's all that matters. That's the whole point. 99% of people aren't gonna care. But guess what? There's 7.9 billion people in this world, and if it's 1%, guess what? That's 7.9 million people.
I like how you put that.
Well, listen, I have truly enjoyed you today. This has been